Hello. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Movies on Jag. Father, Father, where are you going? Oh, do not walk so fast. Speak, Father. Speak to your little boy, or else I shall be lost. The night was dark. No father was there. The child was wet with dew. The mire was deep, and the child did weep, and away the vapor flew. That was a poem by William Blake. I think this has to do with today's episode. Well, at least I think. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this week's episode of Movies on Jag. There's going to be a whole lot of drama in store. Bye.
Welcome to another episode of Movies on Jag. I'm Caleb Lockwood, and Lexi unfortunately could not be with us this week, so I have a special co-host for this week.
Hello, my name is Kip. I'm a South student. I'm actually the real Lexi. The one that you knew and grew attached to was an imposter the entire time. So, Caleb, it's very good to be back.
Okay, well, today we're going to be talking about Daddy's Home 2. The problem is I don't really know how I feel about the film.
It didn't seem that deep. How do you not know how to feel about it?
Well, see, my father was never really there for me. I mean, let alone 3 fathers and 2 grandfathers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, my son. Oh, I've been looking all over for you, my son.
Daddy?
It's been far too long.
Is that you? I mean, what are you doing here? I mean, that was pretty good timing.
Yeah, it was impeccable,
Oh,
actually.
son, I've been looking for you. Everybody's talking about Daddy's Home too. Everybody. Americans, the Mexicans, the Russia, China,
Hip-hop enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never really been there for me before. Why start now?
But I even watched Daddy's Home 2 for you.
All right, if he watched the movie, I think he's about as qualified as you or me to talk about it. You want to sit down?
Ah, yes, don't mind if I do.
Fine. Dad.
All right. In Daddy's Home 2, Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell hole up together in a lodge for Christmas along with their families, in the hopes that they all might bond over the holidays. Since Ferrell has married Wahlberg's ex-wife, played by Linda Cardellini, things are already awkward enough. But the 2 men have very unwisely brought along their fathers, Mel Gibson and John Lithgow, whose personalities are so dramatically different, it looks like their Christmas, wait for it, may not be a happy one.
I didn't know it was pronounced Lithgow. I thought it was Lithgow.
I've heard different things all the time, to be
Okay.
honest.
I mean,
People say Ruby Tuesday, people say Ruby Tuesdays.
so ignoring the fact of my fatherly issues.
Yeah. I mean, going on the father thing, I really thought that was the best thing the movie had going for it, was the casting between the fathers and their fathers.
And then
John Lithgow with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, and then Will Ferrell's stepfather also was great.
Oh yeah, that's like a fun little thing they throw in at the end. That was a nice surprise.
Because you don't really expect it. You think it's just going to be some rando, maybe another comedian.
Yeah.
And then they're like, it's this person, and you're
It's
like,
oh, okay.
oh, okay.
Of all things,
I'm
yeah.
on I'm on board for this.
Yeah, I think, like you said when we were leaving the movie, that it's called Daddy's Home 2, and it's about the dads, and so it makes sense that the dads are the highlight of the movie. That being said, I thought one of the weaker parts was, they have Linda Cardellini playing Will Ferrell's wife,
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg's ex-wife, and the other actress who's like Brazilian. Who's
Yeah. You're Mark Wahlberg's current
Yeah.
wife, John Cena's ex.
Of course. It seemed like that was kind of like some wasted potential, because the few scenes those 2 women had together were actually really good.
Yeah, and they built up this little subplot for them, and it kind of just at the end they
Just stalled.
Well, it doesn't stall. I would say it just it was weak. The ending of it, it was like a weak conflict solution.
It's just like, okay, and what else do we have to tie up now? Okay. But I think with this sort of movie, that's perfectly fine, because I don't think you're watching it for the plot. I don't think you're watching to see how clever.
You want to see
it is.
You just want the humor, and
it's
and
like
it
Family
delivered.
Guy.
And it delivered.
Yeah, we were, I think, pretty surprised
We laughed
coming out
a
of it.
good bit.
Yeah, I hadn't seen the first one, so I did not know
I hadn't
what to
either.
expect. That being said, having not seen the first one, I don't think they really. It took me a long time to realize whose kids were whose in the relationship between the different fathers.
Yeah, I think that was the problem. The only problem with not seeing the first film
Yeah.
was that I didn't understand that, because I was like, oh, all 3 are Wahlbergs, and then they
Wahlbergs.
and then
Wahlberg dynasty.
they're the Wahlburgers. And then they introduced the little baby, and I was like, okay, that makes sense that they had a baby. And then they introduce the fourth. They say, oh, well, the 3rd child is actually John Cena's.
Yeah, that was interesting. It took me a while to do that.
Anyways, so So, Dad, what did you think? I mean, you said you watched it.
I really liked the Mel Gibson character. I feel like he would get along with his character.
You know, that makes
I
a
would
lot
get
of
along
sense
with
that you would
Skip.
like the Mel Gibson part. He really seems quite like you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're a horrible father, that's what.
All right, look, we need to finish the show. We need to talk about next week's movie. You two can discuss this afterwards. I'm going to go far away from you.
Next week, we'll be watching Justice League. Justice League is the 5th DCEU film and will feature Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg working together. All right, so Justice League, I think, is definitely, well, I've been hearing mixed things,
Yeah?
but I did hear the cast is the best part of the film.
Yeah. I think that's what a lot of the draw for a lot of the superhero movies is, that they get big-name actors who have pretty good credentials, nice reputation.
Unless you were Iron Man 1.
I don't know.
Robert Downey
I
Jr.
like Jeff Bridges.
But I'm saying... but Robert Downey was not, like, a big person at the
Robert
time.
Downey, but Robert Downey Jr. sure was.
No, he
Robert
wasn't.
Downey is long gone, mister.
Well, Junior wasn't either. He was just getting out of rehab.
Aren't we all? Are we all just getting out of rehab one week to the next?
I mean, my dad probably is.
There you go. See, this is why I don't visit.
I'm starting to understand. I would
No,
visit.
see.
Every time I come here, it's,
Okay, what do you think?
movies.
What do you think of Justice League then? What do you think?
I thought Wonder Woman was a great sexual character. I think she had the right outfit for the whole thing.
But she has to move. She has to be nimble, not
I
restricted.
think they could have possibly given her less, like, just here and there.
Oh, so she's totally free.
That's
yes.
what I would do.
She's untethered by male society. Yeah.
And the Amazonian, they.
You know what? No. I don't think this is appropriate for the show, guys.
If you don't want a deep discussion of the pathos of a superhero
No,
film, that's
I don't think.
Just want to.
I mean,
I can tell my opinion. Why can't you tell yours? And we could just sit here and talk about that. That's
I mean,
what the show
we
is
can
about.
we can talk our opinions, but you don't have to go into that.
Is there a problem with how I was talking about the Wonder Woman?
Not especially, but as a matter of fact, Mr. Caleb's dad, do you think you'll be joining Caleb next week on JAG TV to discuss that movie, so you can actually hash it out?
Are we talking about the Wonder Woman?
Oh yeah.
I would be there. We would be talking about what's her name?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. She sounds foreign.
She is.
She's foreign. Wait a second. I just remembered. I don't have a son.
Well, what? You're not my daddy? What? Why would you do that to a person?
I don't know. You guys.
He was fun. He was a lot of fun. I'll watch it next week if it's here.
Is it possible to be heartbroken by your father when he's not your father? Because that's how I feel right now.
Well, it looks like our little guy Caleb is feeling pretty down in the dumps, but we won't let him keep us down. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see, and I know you do. And join us next time for another episode of Movies on JAG, right here on JAG TV.